Hey, what's up, guys? It's good to be back. Gamestork back in the house, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby. That's right. I hate I didn't get to start making these videos again before E3, but don't worry, I would have been way off because I had some really high expectations and hopes about what Nintendo would bring. I was really hoping for that Star Fox Racer to be the real deal, but apparently it's not. So as we get in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about what Nintendo did, whether it was good, whether it was bad. Are the shareholders, should they be worried? Should we be worried? Should we panic? Should we hit the red button and everyone run as fast as they can into the hills and scream bloody murder? We'll find out in just a minute. Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby. So, Nintendo did something unexpected. Yet again, last year when they did E3, they hit us one thing after another, boom, 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 showing us, without a doubt, that the future of the Nintendo Switch is bright. This year, we come in, E3's coming, and we're like, oh yes, this is a year we're going to see Metroid. We're going to see a new Animal Crossing drop, or maybe this Star Fox Racer, or maybe an Animal Crossing. Something is about to happen here that's huge. Maybe a big third-party game that's going to come side by side. Something is going to happen, right? Well, something did happen. But Nintendo played very conservatively at this E3, which leads me to believe, number one, that they're planning on really pushing all of their sales towards Pokemon and Super Smash Bros. And perhaps even the new Fire Emblem, which we'll break down one by one in just a second. But this, to me, it was kind of wise. There is wisdom here, and I'll explain why. As a fan, I am like, oh man, I really want to see the other stuff. I hate that Yoshi was pushed back to 2019, and there are some other things I'd just really love to see. But the reality is there's only so many games that you can push that are, AAA first-party games. I'm sure they have a lot of stuff in the works, and later on this year, as they do Nintendo Directs, they're going to reveal a ton of stuff. I do want to point out, though, if you noticed, there were no 3DS games mentioned at E3, and I think that was on purpose. I think that they're eventually going to phase this stuff out, and as all fans are crying out, at least give us the option to play this stuff on Switch, maybe like Sushi Striker, where it's coming out on both. And most of us who own a Switch and a 3DS want it on Switch. Alright, so looking at the main announcements here, the first I'll start with is the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 getting new DLC. It doesn't seem huge because you read about DLC or see DLC and you're like, whoop-de-doo, you already played this game. But Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a fantastic game. It's absolutely wonderful. And if you have not played it, it's a good opportunity to get in, play this, get ready for the DLC, because it's going to be great. There was a game that I am super excited about that was announced. And you guys might not be as excited about this as me. But my wife plays one game with me typically, and this is Mario Party. So my kids, my wife and I, we play every Mario Party, and I've loved each and every one outside of the Wii U version because I believe that everyone riding in the same boat was absolutely stupid, and we never got mad at each other or anything like that, which you're supposed to playing Mario Party, right? I don't know, you play really hard, and then the bonus stars at the end are just blah. Anyway, but Super Mario Party looks really, really good, and I'm really excited about it. It seems like it's going back to the original formula. In this game, although it might not seem like it's a big deal, pair Super Mario Party with the concept of the Nintendo Switch, and you have something you've never had before. This isn't just people sitting around with controllers on a television, as you saw in that preview. They're around a table in a bar. They're around a table, this is you waiting to eat. This is you out waiting on your movie. This is you out, this is anywhere that you want to go, you get to play this party game. Multiplayer is, after all, the very foundation of the Nintendo Switch. It's anywhere, anytime, and there's no better game than Mario Party to launch for the Nintendo Switch. And you know what? This is going to be a super game. See what I did there? Super Mario Party. Super? Yeah. Anyway, so a new Fire Emblem, 3 houses, was revealed. Are there going to be 3 different versions and we're going to have to buy all of them if we want? I don't know. But what I do know is that this looks very well done. This looks like a lot of care went in. There's good characters. I love that there's a lot of people, so it actually looks like you're doing battles now. You can see the battalions and things like that. This game looks really good. Don't count it out. I think it's going to sell very well this year. Super Mario Party is going to sell very well too. Fortnite launched on the Nintendo Switch. I've been playing it a little bit. It's fun. It's great. Yes, I know what you're saying. Well, it's on cell phones and it's also on other consoles. But guess what? Now it's on the Switch. And it's been downloaded over 2 million times already, which to me says, awesome. People want to play this on the go on the Nintendo Switch. And I agree. It runs very well. I was surprised to see how good it ran in handheld mode. And that was just kind of exciting to me to see this running, and it's proof that there are a lot of other games out there that could also run on the Nintendo Switch. Now, the big news came in 2 forms. The first was Pokemon, which we already knew about Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, okay? But this was an in-depth look to answer all the questions that we had about Pokemon and about this specific game. Now, before you get ahead of yourself and tell me, well, I'm very upset because they changed up the core gameplay, and I'm angry, and I want to bust a hole in the wall and boycott Nintendo. There is a core game coming in 2019, and the fact that they're not pushing a core game and rushing it out makes me believe that there's big upgrades on the horizon to push this onto the console version. Now, this game is us revisiting the Kanto region. If you're like me and you were there when the original Pokemon came out, this is all I'm very excited about it. We'll put it that way. Yes, it is very, very laid back. You capture Pokemon in the wild by just throwing a Pokeball like Pokemon Go, and that's okay to me. Why is it okay? Because this is something that is going to try to get children who aren't old enough for cell phones that get to play Pokemon Go, and also people who are into the series. It kind of serves everyone in a certain way. It gives us a little bit of everything. We get to battle, we get to toss and catch Pokemon and level up Pokemon, and it's going to hold us over until the core game comes out next year. Now, I think it was wise to focus on this because Pokemon's a big seller. Do not over or underestimate, I guess underestimate's the word here, the power of Pokemon coming out on a system. This is a surefire multi-million sale game. And I know in my household, we're already discussing between me and my son who's going to get Pikachu and who's going to get Eevee. You can let me know in the comments below which one I should get. I would love to hear that. But this is, it's going to sell very well, period. This stuff is just going to launch this season. Don't forget, we have things like Captain Toad coming. We have Mario Tennis that's coming this month. And there's just a lot of games that they didn't even talk about that are coming this year that's really exciting. The big one, though, that kind of, stole the show, we knew all about it, it wasn't a surprise, but there was a surprise to do with it, was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, this absolutely stole the show, and it took up most of the Nintendo Direct. The fact that every single character that has ever been in Smash Bros. Is back is way better than if they were adding new characters. I mean, come on, this is just amazing. The fact is that this, obviously, there's going to be so much content. There's going to be so much depth because we've seen the starting on the Treehouse Live. We saw that there wasn't that many characters to begin with, so there are tons of ways to unlock these characters, and I cannot wait to see how to do that. I can't wait to jump in to play. This is going to be great competitively. And although they're launching the GameCube controller, I'm telling you guys, man, I love the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. I can honestly tell you that I believe that I would do very well playing with the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, and I'm going to stick with it. I don't see a need to go back to the GameCube. I've already pretty much assimilated to that controller. I have big hands, and it's just perfect for me. It's my favorite out of every controller that I've ever had outside of my Wavebird back in the day, right? But I'm moving on. Now, if they launch a Wavebird 2, we'll talk. But the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, I think, is going to be perfect for this. The D-pad works very well, especially on the newer ones that you'd purchase. The initial run seemed like it had some issues, but they did something in manufacturing without telling anybody, and they fixed these controllers. So they run very well, and it's gonna run good. This game people have already been like, oh, they put all their eggs into this basket, and this is not a system seller, it's not a console seller. Well, let me tell you, this actually is Nintendo's big console seller between this and Pokemon. Now, don't forget, this comes out in the beginning of December. This is Christmas time, which means if you want a Switch, don't wait, all right? Because you won't be able to touch one around that time. But the lowest numbers for Super Smash Bros. Sales of all time was on the Wii U version, which still sold over 5 million units. So this is like, oh my goodness, there is so much to be had here. Not to mention that everything that touches Nintendo Switch is selling like hotcakes. Super Smash Bros. Is going to have an insane attach rate, and I'm already going to make this call. I'm going to make it. So remember this. Remember Gamestork said it. 4 to 8 hours, they're going to break 2 million copies sold. Mark it down, write it down, call me out on it. That's exactly what's going to happen. Now, as far as the Nintendo Direct goes here, yes, I was hoping to see Metroid. I was heartbroken. I was hoping for this racer. I want to see what Retro's up to. There's a lot of unanswered questions, but there's a bright side to this. We all know that Nintendo quit putting all their eggs into the E3 basket. We get that. But what this means is we still get to find out later what Retro's working on. We still get to find out later what's going on with new games, new titles, and I'm sure by the end of the year they're going to launch another surprise direct and hit us with even more stuff that we want to see. Now we know how they work. Metroid's going to be such a big game that's probably going to complete in 2019 that they may wait to give us another teaser sometime around Christmas. Maybe, I don't know. Hopefully it's this year because I do want to see at least some pictures, but we know that it's coming. Nintendo's not going to let us down there. And let's face it, at this point, Nintendo Switch is rocking. I mean, it's just doing very well. And I don't think we should be worried because of what they did at E3. They were conservative, but that doesn't mean there aren't a lot of games coming and a lot of really good games coming. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. It's been a while. I am going to try to post on here as much as I can, but just give me a little grace because I am working a couple jobs right now, and it's just tough, man. But this is my passion. I've been waiting to get back to this, and I'm ready to roll again. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, as we kick this back off for the best place for news, reviews, and playthroughs for the Nintendo Switch, right here all day, all the time. Yes, Gamestork. That's right. See you later. Bye.